Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. We are live and we are excited. It is Marital Monday.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Hey, so we ain't gonna fight over the little people situation today.
No, I lost a little weight.
Yeah, okay.
And working on my figure.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Marital Mondays. We're very excited about this because yesterday we put out a poll on what we're going to be discussing today and got a ton of feedback, and we'll be sharing that, a ton of really good feedback. So we'll be sharing that. But y'all know that I always start with a scripture. So first we want to say good morning to everybody. Say
Hey.
for like the 10th time, right, boo?
I know, because it is a good morning.
It
It's
is.
always great
It
when
is.
you wake up, when you're breathing, when you can move, when
Right.
you can stretch. That's awesome, and you can get
Yeah.
your day started.
Yep. Good morning, Dad. Dad said good morning. All right. So today's title is I am the breadwinner, so I make the rules.
You know it.
You said you know it.
I'm
Really?
just saying, 'cause people of all gender probably feel that way.
Right. Okay, so I always start with a scripture, and today's scripture is 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 5. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, and it keeps no record of wrongs.
Sounds like 1 Corinthians to me.
Right, but that's a deep one. That's
Yeah.
a deep one, and it'll go along pretty good with what we have going on. Good morning, Lady Bowman. Thank you for joining.
You know, the late great Michael Jackson, he had a popular song that basically was that scripture. It was talking about.
I don't know if we want to talk about Michael right now.
Yeah, I know, but
I don't know if we want to. But what was it?
The man in the mirror. You know,
Oh,
because
yeah.
That scripture
Yeah.
really entails you talking about yourself. You looking at yourself.
Right.
What would you do to yourself?
Right.
You know, do it to others as you want done to yourself.
So you're starting this one because this
okay,
one is a deep
so
one.
today is I am the breadwinner, so I make the rules.
And you are the breadwinner. So let's talk.
Let's do a disclaimer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I know that this statement sometimes has the tone of the man is
Right.
the one who is speaking this. The man is the one who's saying that I am the breadwinner. Ha ha ha. You know, the Lion King sort of thing.
Right.
But in the world that we live in, this can be the woman speaking.
Yep.
This can be the man speaking.
Yep.
And this happens in many of relationships.
Right.
Think about just your relationship. Don't raise your hand. We're not going to ask you to comment on that. Just think about it. In the dynamics in the world that we live in today, it's not just the man or the male who is the breadwinner in the world that we live in. Not anymore.
Nope. There's a lot of women holding it down out there. There's a lot of single women holding it down. And there's a lot of marriages where maybe the woman is the breadwinner.
Absolutely. And we put on there, so I make the rules, because a lot of people feel that just because they're bringing in the bulk share or even all of the income, it's their way or the highway.
Right. Like they have more say
Absolutely.
than their spouse.
And that's not good. That's not healthy.
Well, don't give it all away.
But see, initially, what I think when I hear that, it takes me back to even when I was a child and my mom and my dad, mainly my mom. Thank you, Mom, for this statement saying, "If you don't like my rules, get out." And so, at
so
18,
it carries over to your marriage?
No. At 18, I got a job, made sure I had enough money to buy my stuff and pay my rent. And what did I do? I got out because I wasn't okay with the rules. Not that I broke the rules, but you know, that's what an adult do to a child, to let them know that I have rule over you, I have control over you, and it's my way or the highway.
Right.
So now when I moved out, I went and got my own house, and so when I come over here and she would say this, that part won't work, Mom, because I have my own now. Okay, but that should not be the same.
Right.
In a committed relationship. That should not be the same in a committed relationship.
Right.
So nowadays, when I actually hear that, I'm thinking, wait, are you my parent? Am I your child? What do you mean rules?
Right.
If there are rules, don't they apply for both of us?
Yep.
One rule shouldn't just apply for you. It should apply for both of us.
But a lot of people equate that with, well, since biblically the man is the head of the household, which
Yes.
that is true, then most of the times he's the breadwinner, and you need to kind of get up under his rules.
Fall in
So
line.
right. So yeah. So maybe you need to address that part, because a lot of it falls under, even if say the female is the breadwinner, still, like, for me, go ahead. Like, I want you to address that for the men.
Me what?
No, I want you to go ahead.
Well,
go ahead.
okay, so that is true. Biblically, God has designed it where man is the head.
Right.
But the head of the man is Jesus Christ.
Right.
And God is a God of order. He put things in place for the man to lead by example.
Right.
Lead in love. Okay.
Right.
And God, He cares about unity just as much. How can two walk together unless they agree?
Right.
Lest they be in agreement.
Right. And also, you are one. So
Absolutely.
if you're treating your spouse as less than you, like you have less of a say, then you're really doing it to yourself.
Yeah.
And I want to use scripture to back it up, because in Ephesians 5 it says, "He who loves his wife loves himself. For no one ever hated his own flesh, but nourishes and cherishes it, just as Christ does the church." So you can't treat someone less than you when that someone is technically you, because you are one. So whenever you hold that over, your spouse's head, and for those of you that didn't start didn't start with us in the beginning, my husband is the breadwinner. I bring an income, but he is the sole breadwinner. So it's not one of those cases where you get to say, well, I make the rules because I bring in the money. That's our money. And also it comes with seeing value in what your spouse does.
Absolutely.
Right.
Because with how the dynamics of our relationship work, I would not be able to be as effective
Good
or
morning,
successful
Regina.
doing what I do unless you hold it down doing what you do. Like, I appreciate part of my man code, my man card. I appreciate going out to work and make sure that I provide for our family in a very exceptional way, meaning making sure it all goes down. But I don't know if I would love doing what you do, being at home, making it all happen, getting here, getting there, getting the kids all the way there, and still be a wife, a mom, a business owner, a career woman, all the other things that you juggle.
Right.
And it's a perfect dynamics. We've said it from day one. Like, I'm appreciative of what you bring to the table, and if we had to put a paycheck attached to what you do at home,
I get all
yeah,
of it.
you would be pushing towards that six figure.
But I think every couple deals with that, though. So, like, even though you said we've come up with, what works for us, we've had some growing pains too, because there's been times where the hubby will say something about the money, and I'll be like, well, I need a break, or it's been a long week. And then there's been a couple times where he's had to stay home with him, and he'll text me and be like, where are you at? Like, how do you...
Just checking in on you. Are you okay?
Yeah, that just checking in is how long till you get home. And because it's tough. Especially because we have 4 kids, right? Whether you have 1 or whether you have 4, whether you have 6, it is tough raising children. So we had to kind of go through what happens at home. And my husband stays at the house sometimes with the kids, but for the most part, it's me. Mm-hmm. So I made up a little list.
Okay.
I made up a little list of the reasons why him being the breadwinner means that it's our money, right? So your husband or my husband goes to work and he does his thing, but as a mom, I got a nice little list. You ready?
I'm listening.
Okay. So first of all, I had the babies. That's a lifetime right there.
Yeah.
Like I could end
Lifetime
the list.
Lifetime Achievement Award.
I could end the list right there, right?
Yes.
Cooking for a picky family. I'm the cleaner most of the time. Mm-hmm. Uber driver, errand runner for you when you're super busy. Lunch packer, kid dropper offer. Although daddy does treat sometimes and you grab them, and
what's
the girls
that?
love that.
What is that?
Kid dropper offer.
Oh,
I made
okay.
that up. Kid dropper offer.
Okay.
Their entertainment. I'm the basketball and soon-to-be soccer and football mom, sleepover planner, confidant, watching over our dating teenager mom, hairstylist, therapist, negotiator, TV movie buddy, mediator with fighting teenagers and fighting 4-year-olds, live-in nurse, nurturer, even though you say I'm a softie. As of recent, helping to prepare our teenager for working. running a nonprofit with an awesome board of directors, so I don't do that by myself, and then starting a TV show, homie, love a friend, to my husband. Yeah.
Wow.
So I do a lot.
Listen, I'm listening to that list, and I'm like, well, shoot, I just go to work. That's it. my list is like.
Listen,
this.
he be. I mean, he's in a good mood when he comes home. The most he'll say is, "Woo, I need some food." For me, I'm ready to. Hey, can you keep the girls while I run to Walmart and walk every aisle just to get a break?
I'm okay with that.
Right. And then another clue is too. He knows that when it's bedtime, normally he's the one that puts the kids to bed. Mm-hmm. I'm done.
Yep.
I am done. So my husband knows what I do. We talk throughout the day, but I'm not that wife that. I mean, if I'm having a rough day, I'll say something, but I'm not a dumper. So he knows what I do at home, and he sees value in that. So that makes the difference.
Ding, ding, ding. It's making sure that I see the value and making sure I appreciate what you bring to the table.
Whether it's mom or dad, it doesn't matter whether it's the mom at home or dad at home.
Absolutely. I think a month or so ago, we had said some things, and then I was like, sweetie, if you go down for like a month or two for some reason, health-wise or whatever the case may be, I would have to hire a nanny, a maid, a chef.
You're going to need like 7 different positions.
Yeah, I would have to hire a whole lot because I said I wouldn't be able to do what I do and what you do.
Right.
That's making sure, that's validating what you have. Now, I think you received that wrong initially when I actually said that statement and so forth as well.
Repeat that statement again?
When I said if you were to go down and you needed a couple months off.
Oh, yeah. I received it wrong because when you said it, I was like, oh, you can't pay nobody to do what I do. And he's like, wait a minute, that's not what I was saying. I was saying I would have to do this. And I'm like, yeah, even if you paid them, no one can do it as well as mom.
And then I'm like, I would have to pay for daycare and so forth as well because I would still have to go work. So it's very important. But, okay, so let's still... turn the ship so that way we can focus in on, so I make the rules. Whoever is the breadwinner, that do not mean they give you the carte blanche to make the rules and put a person in a place where you're controlling them, because when you're making rules that a person have to adhere to, you're controlling them. You're being controlling. And from a parent standpoint, you're supposed to do that for your children because that's part of training up a child in the way that child should go. But when you're in a relationship, we're equals. It's two becoming one flesh. We're tag teaming this. If I'm going to make up a rule for you or you're going to make up a rule for me, it better be the same rule that you're following. If you give me a $60 allowance, well, guess what your allowance is going to be?
80. Because I had the kids.
No. It got to be the same thing. It's healthy for people in committed relationships to have rules that work for their relationship to help grow their relationship. But if it's rules just to make you feel like you're the higher up, my wife said something to me, well, aren't you the priest of the house? Well, absolutely, but guess what? I don't know if this is the right way to put it, but you're the wife of the priest, which means, what did that make you, a priestess or something like that with an S or something?
No, we ain't putting no labels out
like,
there.
If I'm the king of the house, doesn't that make you the queen?
I like that one.
In this particular case, that means we both have equal value.
Right.
We both have equal say-so.
Right.
Now, I do feel, I like to put up my man card. I do feel that it is my responsibility. It is in me to make sure that I lead our family and set the right example.
Right.
And if I have to say, you know what, I know we both just talked about this, but you got to let me, pull the decision on this particular scenario because I need to make sure that we head in the right direction, we're going the right way, and it's not about controlling, it's just about I definitely take on the mantle of making sure that we're going the right way.
Right. Well, and there's certain things where he'll lean in on me and say, sweetie, you know a little bit more about this. And we trust each other, but that has to grow. Like, we're growing in
Absolutely.
that. Tawana does agree with me. I should get 80 if you get 60. So yeah. Okay, but how about...
So make sure she send you that difference.
So you got to send me the $20, Tawana.
We appreciate that donation. See, you all have been listening. The last couple of weeks I've been saying donate.
But she laughing. She was like, yeah,
Mercedes can continue to do what she do. Donate.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you for your donation.
But also, can we talk about how being controlling because you make the most, no matter who you are, is not love.
It's not.
It's not displaying love. So if you claim
it's actually disrespect
to love Christ, or just period, Period. You don't even have to be a Christian. Just in a relationship where you love that person, that is not humility. That is not love. That is not trying to sow peace in your home. Period. It's just it's just not, because it's, well, I'm better than you. I mean, you have to kind of look down on that person to say that because I bring in more money, that you like these are my rules.
Listen, one of my
There's
favorite
a certain degree
actors,
of
one of my
cockiness that
favorite
comes with it.
actors, Tyler Perry, his character Medea, they got a couple movies that represented a gentleman being the breadwinner, being this, that, and other, and something catastrophic happened to that person, and the roles was reversed at that particular
And he got
point.
beat up,
and so
you don't want to get beat
I don't
up.
I don't want to be in a tub drowning.
Stop!
I'm sorry. while you smoking a cigarette, looking and being resentful and mad at me, ready to take it out on me. Not trying to make fun of nobody.
No,
I don't
that
want
was
to be
a
in a
movie.
tub.
That was a movie.
I don't want to be in a tub drowning. But you're right. It's not love. It's not in no way, shape, or form. Even if you're not religious and you don't identify with that, there's something as easy as treat others as you want to be treated.
Right.
Do it to others.
We've
as you
all
want
had
done to
that boss.
yourself.
We've all had that boss or
Absolutely.
that peer or something where you're like, really? So you get to treat me like that now?
Yeah.
Right.
Because you want to grow your relationship. You want to spiral up. You want to have longevity in your relationship.
Right.
And it's going to take the two of you working together. And be careful if you're in the dating and courting stage and this is something that rubs you the wrong way right now.
Right.
Don't just rush right into marriage until you work on this and figure this out, because you're a team. In the world that we live in today, a lot of times, one income don't make it. Two incomes have to be combined together to make it work out.
Right.
And if that's the case, okay, so be it. But that just means that both of you all are contributing. Both of you are trying to do what you got to do to make it happen.
Right.
And it's not just in the world that we live in today, the man being the one who make the most money. It's a lot of women who have leveled up.
It's very diverse.
And that's great to see the direction that women is going. I was saying it to you last night. The direction that women is going to, where it's tough to say that women is on a come up, because women have always been the backbone.
We've always held it down, but it's just it's coming to the forefront.
And I'm glad to be able to see that happening in so many different dynamics.
Yep. Okay, so I want to read some of the comments from yesterday.
Okay.
The post that I put up yesterday that said,
what was the post?
Well, the post asked the question, does your spouse, pretty much what we're saying, I'm the breadwinner, so I make the rules. So does the breadwinner make the rules? Mm-hmm. So Michelle Marie said, in my opinion, not unless you want to build resentment, lack of respect, and unhappiness throughout the marriage. And then Marilyn was like, exactly, definitely, breeds resentment.
Exactly, and that's what I was saying. You're going to end up in a tub, getting stuff thrown at you, and you're going to be drowning, getting pushed downstairs.
What Tyler Perry movie was that? So
We're going
to find it and list it under what Tyler Perry movie that was, so you can see.
Right, and then she
all of you cocky breadwinners.
Sliding the plate, you hungry? Boom, and it's just knock on the floor, you can't even get it. That was funny.
I'm gonna list that movie under here. Taiwana said, I don't think so, but if it works for them, so be it. I personally think each person in the relationship has a say of what goes on.
Right.
And then Marilyn said, you're stepping on toes. Sue Jolie said, what type of thinking, or this type of thinking sets a couple up to fail?
It do.
Right.
And matter of fact, it can set a couple up to fail, because some couples do work out with, okay, yep, it's your way, my way, okay, there we go, and we're doing our thing.
First Lady Bowman says she thinks it's Mad Black Woman. That's
it
the movie.
It is. It's Diary
of a Mad Black Woman. Yep. Look. My ladies know.
It is.
My ladies. Don't
Listen,
do it.
I didn't want to say the name because I didn't want everybody to know that.
No. That's the
movies.
name of. We watch Tyler Perry.
I know, and Lifetime.
Right.
That's right.
Okay.
I love our chick flick.
All right. So Ashley, my girl Ashley, said marriage is a partnership. What one may put financially, keyword might, equal what the other puts in keeping the household together. So for me, it's a no. Just because one brings in more money doesn't mean they get to make all the rules. Debbie said, both of us bring in money. We both have access to it, and it works for us.
Yes.
Dazel Taylor said, nope. Tone said, the best relationship or marriage all boils down to understanding and communication. No one has more authority than the other. It's about teamwork. And then Mark C. Lloyd, which is my favorite, says maybe in the 1950s.
I know. and when I first... when we first put together this topic, I was thinking, wait, is that still going on? And it absolutely
well, it's
is
going on, and it's going on both sides. It's not just the men, because
No,
it's not just the men that are breadwinners.
Right. And okay, so part of the DNA factor of me, as far as the man juice inside of me, think, okay, let's say if I was holding it down financially and so forth,
which you
I
are.
do.
You are.
I would need my significant
and I
other.
appreciate it.
Thank you. I would need my significant other to make sure that they are doing something to contribute. What if there wasn't kids? And what if it was just me and you? And then it was just, hey, I'm sitting here looking at, pretty, just doing my thing, doing nothing.
And some people are cool with that.
And some people are cool with that. But inside of me, I would be saying, hey, you got to level up a little bit. Not that I need you to go out and become a CEO somewhere, but if you want to do that, that's fine. But you got to be still doing something so it can make it so that...
But that goes back to what we talked about, how goals are important in relationships.
Absolutely.
Like, both people have to be working towards something.
Unless the person want that person to not do anything, sit here and let me take care of you, boo. I'm okay with that. I want to take care of you, boo, as well, but I still want you to be driven to want to do something, because that's healthy for you, and that helps build your self-esteem and your self-worth as well. So that way, when you're saying, well, man, okay, your check was this, this, and this, and I don't want you feeling like because you didn't financially have a check of that dollar amount coming in, I can come right back into you and say, but hold on, didn't you see what you just did with this, this, and this, and all this that you have going on? That's just as equal value, if not more, depending upon the week or the month.
Right. Like Whitney said, your dough is my dough, and my dough is your...
See, that's why you all need to sponsor, because this woman got a gift and singing as well. Oh, that's not what that was.
No.
Okay.
I'm saying your dough is my dough, and my dough is your dough.
I know. I
get excited when we get paid.
Except that $20 that, who was that going to be sending?
Tawana.
Yeah, Tawana.
Yeah,
Thank you for that donation.
She's not giving it.
And we need more.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's really it. My main thing was to stress how God views marriage as a partnership. God takes family serious.
He do.
He is serious about family, because the Bible clearly says that a man that does not take care of his family is worse than an unbeliever. Period. Like,
wow.
You got low ranking with God if family is not there, and love. Just period. So it's a partnership between us. We both hear from God, but you are the leader of the house. So you have to trust, or, I trust what he has to say, because I know this man spends time with God. So there's never room for arrogance. There's never room for being proud. There's never room for feeling like you're better than anyone, because you're doing it to yourself. Bottom line, you are doing it to yourself. If you treat your spouse bad, or you treat them less than you, you are doing it to yourself. Because if you two are truly one, you're doing it to yourself.
And listen to this. Rather you're in the stage of dating or courting, working towards marriage, or married, one of my favorite scriptures that I hold on to, and this is embedded in my heart, is he who finds a wife finds a good thing.
Wait a minute. Say that second to last word again.
He who finds a wife
finds a
good thing. But the part that I love is, and obtains favor from the Lord.
I'm your favor.
Yeah, so when I'm telling you, I wouldn't be able to do what I do and maintain unless I know that you're happy, unless I know that you're doing good, you're feeling good, because you are attachment to me obtaining favor. So
don't be using me for my favor.
No.
Don't be using me for my favor.
Listen,
I'm gonna need extra for that.
Listen. It's God's
I'm
favor.
docking you.
He bring.
I'm gonna need extra for that.
But he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. Remember that.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna add that to my list, to having kids and cleaning and Uber driver. I'm a favor obtainer, so that's my. I'm putting that on my list.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna dock you an extra 20 for that.
No, well, get one of our viewers to donate for that too. I told you, everything we do is equal. Everything that we do is equal. We really hope that this have helped or opened the eyes, or just made your ears perk up where you're listening and paying attention to it.
Right.
Take some of what we said, rewatch this, spread it, share it, so someone else can hear it, so that way it can help them.
Yeah.
When we do this Marital Mondays, and it's Team Wilson. It's just so that we can grow together, so we can learn together,
Yep.
so that way we can continue to get the ratios of relationships
Right.
and marriages on the spiral of going up.
Right.
That's what we want to see, because that's what God intends. When God,
Right. Marilyn said, right, don't be using us.
yeah, I know we don't want to. When God looked
But
at
you using me for
Adam,
my favorite.
but look, when God looked at Adam and saw that he was doing things all by himself, he said that wasn't
It ain't good. It's
it
not
wasn't
good for him to be alone, right?
So it's not. And there are some single people who is holding it down, and we appreciate that. But when you make a commitment and you get married to that person, God wants y'all to walk this walk together.
Right. And it is not cool to treat
Yep.
anyone less than you.
Absolutely.
Arrogance, there's no room for arrogance in marriage.
And there's a whole nother show that's going to be coming down the line as
Here you
far
go.
as know your role
Here he go.
and shut your mouth.
Because we didn't talk about this.
Okay?
Every show he makes up the next topic, and we don't
absolutely.
even
And it might not be the next topic, but for some of those people who have watched wrestling, there is a superstar, Dwayne.
some of the people that still watch WWE.
Right. The wrestler.
'Cause it's real.
The Rock used to have a catchphrase that says, know your role and
It's
shut
real.
your mouth.
Because it's real.
We're going to talk about that. Know your role and shut your mouth, because it's important when you're in a committed relationship for you to know your role.
And shut your mouth?
But we're gonna talk
end
about
up like
that.
the dude in the tub.
We're going to talk about that. No, see, I don't want to give too much about it. But listen, what I mean by that, I'm going to give a little sneak peek. What I mean by that is, you don't always have to be talking. Men, we don't always have to be talking. Women, you don't always have to be talking.
Okay, so let's end this here before we go left, because he's going left right now.
I don't want to get into it. So
He's going left.
To be continued. Know your role and shut your mouth.
Oh my gosh. Here we go. Okay, so I just want to end with, it's not cool. There's never room for pride in a marriage. There's never room for arrogance. There's never room for disrespect in your marriage. I think this was really good.
Good. I got a question for you. How'd your first couple shows go?
Oh, they went really, really good. He's talking about the Mercedes Wilson show that premiered on WBBZ TV, your hometown station, yesterday at 7 a.m. So every Sunday, check me out, the Mercedes Wilson show. I get to interview different leaders within today's church all across our great country. And we talk about topics within today's church. A lot of them are hot topics.
Mm-hmm.
So every Tuesday from 1:30 to 2 on the Now Network, you can check me out. Or Sundays at 7 a.m., you can check it out as well if you're local.
And I got a question for you again.
What?
How do people contact you to get information on how to become a sponsor and hook you up financially?
I'll just go right to my website, mercedesewilson.com. mercedesewilson.com. You can put in prayer requests online. You can do show requests, like show ideas. You can fill out information to try to be a guest, or you can sponsor the show. You can do it all right online.
Okay. And
Yeah.
again, but you still do need sponsorship, right?
I do.
And you have
I do.
Commercials and ads and
Oh
so
yeah,
forth as
yeah,
well. All
yeah.
that
We
good
have
stuff. All
ad
right.
space. Come
Well,
on,
we appreciate
come
it.
on, people. Thank you for that.
I want to help push that, because she does so much, and we need your help and your support. But we will continue to do this and more.
Are you done, sir?
You better go ahead and close it out, because again, I do this every day, all day.
Oh, he talks. He talks.
Know your role and shut your mouth.
Yeah, right. All right, everybody. We will see y'all next Monday. Share with someone that you love. Share with someone that this will really bless. We enjoy doing these. And hit us up underneath, hashtag Marital Mondays, and give us some show ideas. We'd love to see, and hear what you guys think we should talk about. So,
All right.
good.
Peace.
Mwah.